Hi Mark here. On this episode of AMS TV, I'm going to let you into a little bit of a secret because we've had a bit of a problem within AMS, and that problem has been the fact that we've been putting decent data into our system, and unfortunately I've not been reporting on that data very well. And it's happened over a couple of months, and it's not disastrous, but it's at a point where I'm not quite sure of how one of my departments is functioning because we haven't really had the right metrics or KPIs coming out of the system. Now, it led me on to wanting to shoot this AMS TV just to really hit home how important it is that if your team are putting data into the system, there needs to be a reason for it in the first place. And let's say in this particular example, we were putting about 10 bits of data in the system, and it was about the projects that we're running. And whilst it all seemed to be useful data, actually, when we really put the reports together to understand what we wanted to get from the system, we've realised that actually maybe we only need 8 of those bits of data, not 10. So when you've got 20, 30 projects on the go, that extra 2 bits of data that need inputting becomes a bit of a pain. Because you've got another 40 to 60 bits of data that you're inputting for no reason whatsoever. And so what that means is that I was getting a little bit cheesed off. I didn't have the reports I needed to understand how the certain bit of that business function was working. And I realised that actually they were a little bit meaningless. And so it led me to go back to basics and have a look at the reports that I needed from the business on how that particular function is working, what data we need to capture, how we need to report on it, how we need to have a look at the different time frames of kind of daily, weekly, monthly in terms of breaking up that report, the different people and working in that department and how their work is contributing to the overall project that we're trying to achieve. And it just made me really kind of get back to basics and think, if you don't pull that data out of your system, you don't report on it regularly, you've got no feedback mechanism to make sure that the data you're capturing is actually useful in the first place. And I wanted to share it with you because it's probably happening in your business at the moment where you've got data in your system, you're not really making the most use of it, and actually maybe your team are putting some stuff in the system that you don't actually need, and it's a chance to go back and reflect and actually have a look at the things you really need to run your business, the KPIs, the key metrics, whatever you want to call them, making sure you've got meaningful reports that are coming out of your system, because there's nothing worse than garbage in, garbage out. We've all heard it before, but it's not until you really experience it by getting your reports out that it makes you really want to do something about it. So I hope that was useful, making sure that your reporting is regular and that your actual data you're putting into your system is useful in the first place. See you on the next AMS TV. Bye for now.